What's up guys, it's Flash with tradingwithflash.com. Welcome back to another episode of live trading tips and patterns. It is a screen share, so stay tuned. This is popping the last 2 days. Now, it wasn't going to go in, only for it started to make a really nice patterns and lines that I wanted to go over with you, so I decided to put this in last minute. So this ticker is AXSM. It is running the last 2 days. It is kind of like a basic pump, it doesn't really do much at all, and as you can see, it's a huge pump and dump. But nevertheless, there's people out there that say don't trade pump and dumps, and that's fine. Realistically, you shouldn't be trading them overnight or swinging them or investing your life savings into them. But if you know how to trade them, you can make money off them. This broke here. If you look at the daily, this is actually a flag pattern here and a flag pattern breakout. That's exactly what happened. Now, granted, it was off news and everything else that it was getting hyped up off. It wasn't just off a pattern, but that pattern there was really nice. You always hear me talking about refer to the daily chart. So people ask me, I always use a daily, a 5 minute, a 2 minute and a 1 minute. Now, I don't really trade off the 1 minute, but my entries will be based off the 5 minute and the 2 minute, but my patterns in the big picture are off the daily support and resistance as well, and then I switch back to intraday while I'm trading them. So it is really important to always look at your daily, or always have a daily chart open. Now, that broke out as a flag, but that's not the point of the video. When I was trading, when I first got started, people always said follow the lines, and it took me a long time to kind of figure out what people mean when they say follow the lines, draw the trend lines, and all this stuff, and there was never any really clear pictures of what people mean, and then as time goes on you learn it. And so this is just like textbook, so that's why I wanted to make this video on you in terms of trend lines and patterns. Granted, this is a heavily manipulated stock. Once you understand that before you start investing into it and you understand your plan, that's absolutely fine. If you don't, then I wouldn't touch these with a barge pole if you don't know how to trade momentum stocks. And this is a typical momentum stock that it's getting pumped out of nowhere, and there's huge volume behind it, a lot of attention. I mean, today alone there's nearly 17 million shares traded on this one. The float is 20 million, so just today alone we're nearly rotating the flow. But let's kind of start breaking the chart down. So clear support here in a sense around $8. Granted, it's never perfect, it always breaks down, but that's what we're kind of, we start to see that support $8 coming into the pre-market just before open. It was kind of shown, we kind of had a feeling it was going to be around the $8. Any more of a pullback to 7, the stock kind of would have been over, it would have just broke down. So $8 was a nice run. So let's kind of break it down. We started to flag here pre-market. As the bell opened, you can see here we're flagging down in a tight into the trend line here. As the bell opened, that was the break point. Now, on the pullback was a perfect entry between 8. You'd be very lucky if you got in at 780, 788. You'd be super lucky there. I mean, my feeler was out there 8, so that's where you'd be hoping to get filled. If you got the slippage on and went to the good side, great, but I doubt it. It would have been a really hard fill. So the idea of this one here was we kind of went red as soon as the market opened. It dipped down. You would have got filled here at 8 again. Nice tight stop on this one. This is where it started to struggle here at this trend. Let me just kind of zoom in on it for you. It started to struggle here at that trend line and was getting rejected and kind of bounced back down. Second candle, volume comes in, breaks the trend. There we go. We're in the trade already, so we're in a nice safe entry. First sell target would have been clearly the EMA, so 820 was your first sell point. The only reason I say that is because this could have very easily got rejected and went straight back down. I mean, a pre-market high there was 860, 855. So nevertheless, it broke out, started to have a huge push, broke pre-market high, got rejected again. Now, this is where we start to draw our trends. So we get our trend from the low point of the market opening. Now this could have been down here, it could be anywhere. So initially when the market opens, get your trend lines drawn straight away. So find your low point when the bell kicks off, get drawn the trend lines. Now when I pull back again, what I'm doing is I'm just angling this trend line up you notice it actually connected perfectly with the trend. It's not like with the little wicks and stuff. Yes, I mean it's never pitch perfect, but nevertheless it held on the trend perfectly. So keep that trend following as the stock keeps moving. Now, entry number 2, sell number 3, entry number 4, because I pulled back to the 8th area again. I mean, there's a clear entry here for another one. It's actually kind of an inverse head and shoulders here, but we're not covering that pattern today. We're just doing trend lines. So follow your trend line all the way up more, and you can see it connected perfectly again and again and again. So that is, it's clear as day, guys, to draw your trend lines from the bottom and draw them from the top. This is a perfect bull flag breakout, or you could call them rising wedges, bearish pennants, whatever your names are for. That right there is a bull flag, a bear flag breakout. Normally bear flags are short positions, they break down, but this one in particular was making higher lows, lower highs, and it broke out with nice volume. And this is again is your perfect entry on the trend lines. So again, follow the trend lines, guys, perfectly. Keep them going all day, even if you're paper trading, even if you're just sitting in front of the computer and you're not actually trading. I want you to start getting used to drawing these patterns and starting to spot them. Eventually your eyes will just pick up on them naturally, and it kind of becomes easier. Then you spot them a mile away, you don't actually have to draw the lines. But when you're sitting there, I want you to just be drawing the lines for every single stock that looks interesting to you, and play it out in your head or paper trade. Okay, well, here's the line I'm at to draw on. This is where I would enter. This is where I would sell, and play the trade out in your head and see are you right. This is a perfect example of it. They work textbooks sometimes. Sometimes they don't, but that's the name of the game. That's all this video is really about, guys. It is just following those trend lines, simple trend line, support and resistance. That's all it is. There's nothing too confusing about it. So I wanted to kind of throw this video in just because it was kind of too good to pass out for you guys. So I didn't want you just missing out on something so easy to spot, easy to follow, and really good value in AXSM today for people looking to kind of study patterns, trend lines and stuff. Okay guys, that's it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Once again, guys, God bless. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. There is a link in the description below. I've prepared a full module of everything you need to know how to get started in the stock world from A to Z, all the way from what platforms to use to affordable education, and I go into huge detail about candles. Check that link, guys. I hope you all enjoy.